Alright, it's day 2 of the Minerva Festival. We're here in the back streets of Calella, heading toward Plaza de Catalunya. And they're doing like a little concert, I believe, but shortly they're going to be doing the human towers. So we'll tell you more about it when we get there. So it looks like we got here just in time to catch some of the traditional instruments being played here in the square before they start to build their tower. Came over to grab a closer look real quick. Let's see how they do. Well, it appears that the crowd is moving now away from the plaza and heading to a more appropriate area, most likely with more space to be able to build a tower, but here's everyone ahead of me. So they've got the smallest castelleres on top of the crowd here. Pretty neat. So it looks like these guys use this black fabric as kind of like a back brace support. They wrap it real tight around themselves, and they must be at like the base of the tower, so it helps them, you know, have a more strong base, a stronger base, I should say. But everyone's just out here getting ready. Looks like the towers are going to be built here in the square, in the center over here. They've just done a small one, but maybe that was just a starter to kind of show off as they moved into the center of the crowd. So just behind me, shortly, they're going to start building the human towers, or the castells as they're called in Catalella, which means castle. But the team itself that builds the castle is the castelleres. And so these are all the people in the white and red, or different color depending on the region. I'm assuming there's a couple different regions here. Alright, here we go. They've got one little guy started here. Let's see how they do. I think they do maybe different sizes depending on the event or the space, because I've seen, you know, on television some pretty large ones. I'm not sure if they're gonna quite go for the larger one here today, but we'll see. So we've noticed as we've walked along, the businesses are putting cardboard on their windows and different signs and things, because later on the streets will be filled with people running around with fireworks. Looks like we got a new team going up. We've had several already. Didn't want to get them all, but get a couple of different teams on here for you guys. I love the way these little ones that are at the top shimmy down. They're pretty damn good at it. Alright, so coinciding with the Minerva Festival here in Calella is the La Fiera, which is basically generic for the event. But what this is here is it's basically a bunch of vendors, and each one has a either like art or food, something that's particular to this region. So it's an interesting little event where people can come from all over the the area itself, the region itself, and show each other region their little particular item that they've created. So you can see they've just got different vendors in here. Looks like this one's got belts and purses, and that woman has bags and bandanas, and there's some soaps and different things. That's like cooking utensils. I believe here is like a wine tasting event going on. So we're just kind of moving along down the corridor here. They've got these booths here where you can buy a glass and some little tokens, and then you take those tokens to each of these vendor tents that has wine, and you can present the token for a glass of wine, which is pretty interesting because there's all types of different vendors from the different regions around here, so pretty good. Looks like Rachel found a organic wine vendor here. Just having a little chat with him, trying a couple of the glasses there. So we're still walking inside this fair here, and there's some photos of different things that goes on in this region. But here is the Balde Diables, which I'm not quite sure exactly the folklore behind it, but I believe this is actually going to happen here in the street shortly. So we should have some footage shortly. These people just running around like madmen, just burning everyone. See, we're not ready. You need to have jackets.
This looks dangerous.
Yeah. So I think this is what's about to happen in the streets. We're about to find out. Well, we've been sitting here for quite some time waiting for the little fire show to start, and sounds like it's heading towards us. And a lot of the people that were sitting next to us on the benches here have cleared out and went back against the wall. So let's see what happens.
Hopefully we don't get burned.
Yeah.
But we survived, huh?
Yeah, barely, but we made it.
It was pretty intense, but it looks like it's ended now. There's just a couple of drum circles and people are kind of heading out of the square. But they brought the lights back on and